Imagine that each of your thoughts is a train traveling a set of tracks. Our natural tendency is to ride inside the train. We get caught up in whatever we happen to be thinking and let our thoughts control where we go. When we let our thoughts carry us along, it's difficult to change them. But we have a choice. We can exit the train. We can sit on a bench next to the tracks and watch each train or each thought pass by. Changing our thoughts starts with knowing our thoughts, which starts with observing them. With practice, it's possible to step outside the train of our thoughts and watch them as an outside onlooker. We observe our thoughts by allowing ourselves to look at what we are thinking without making any judgments or trying to change what we find quite yet. Now, many Christians avoid this process of looking closely and immediately jump to judging and changing. You might fear that taking time to observe unhelpful thoughts is counterproductive or even sinful. But observing thoughts is not the same as indulging in sinful thinking or succumbing to an unhealthy belief. Observing closely before responding is how we determine the true nature and full extent of our thoughts, because we can't change what we don't fully understand. You can practice observing your thoughts right now. Our thoughts come in two forms. We experience mental images and mental talk. Mental images are pictures we experience in our minds. These pictures may represent memories or future projections. They may be images of faces, places, or experience we have had or anticipate having. And then mental talk is the running commentary we hear in our minds. We might remember words that were spoken to us or make sense of something out loud in our minds. Take a moment to observe these two types of thoughts right now. Close your eyes and let your mind drift wherever it wants to go. Notice what happens and don't attempt to change or judge anything. At first, your attention will likely be drawn to sounds around you. Then you might notice your attention rest on emotions or physical sensations in your body. Sit for a few minutes until you start to notice thoughts emerge. Keep your eyes closed and observe whatever thoughts have come up as a bystander. You are sitting on a bench watching them pass by. Observe each thought closely by noticing and labeling it. Each time you notice a thought that forms as a mental picture, say to yourself, see, S-E-E-C. Each time you notice a thought that forms as mental talk, say to yourself, hear. For mental picture, see. For mental talk, hear. Now, some of these thoughts may disappear quickly and others may linger. Avoid any urge to push away or hold on to any one thought. Instead, after you label each thought with either see or hear, let it naturally pass through your awareness as you are then drawn to the next thought, sound, or sensation. Give that a try right now. How did that go? What did you observe? It can be interesting to notice what form of thought you tend towards. So, for example, my thoughts are a fairly even mixture of mental pictures and mental talk. Other people find that their thoughts happen almost solely in the form of pictures, or that for the most part, they only experience mental talk. And no tendency is better or worse than another. We are all a little different. And observing our thoughts helps us gain information about how God created our unique thought life to be. It's one step towards knowing ourselves and our thoughts better so that in the weeks and months to come, we can change what we find if that happens to be needed. If you want to hear my thoughts on how to respond to your thoughts that you just observed, subscribe to my channel. I will be back with 4 important questions to ask about your thoughts to help you in the process of potentially changing them if that is needed. Stay tuned.